Avengers. Put your blinkers in the air. Blinkers to the sky. It's Friday. It's the Friday show. And I'm on my way to the tower as we speak. What's up, everybody? On my way. And we're on our way to a great weekend and a great stream. I know normally the motto over here is no Star Wars, no cry. But announcements recently about massive panels for Star Wars Celebration have injected me with a bunch of hopium. That's right. That's what I've been doing blinkers of. Star Wars hopium. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to break down the two main panels. Panel on Friday, panel on Saturday. Panel on Saturday, John and Dave talking about Mandoverse. Panel on Thursday. Thursday's the other panel to kick off the whole celebration. And they're talking about live action stuff. And we're going to talk about the possibilities. The best and worst case scenario for this. Is this a turning point for the Star Wars brand? Will we now have a better idea of what is going on? Or is it going to be more of the same? I don't know. But we're going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about Multiverse of Madness. Tickets went on sale. Tons of new posters, trailers, TV spots, all of it. We'll be going over that. We'll talk a little bit about Moon Knight as well. We'll save some time for Q&A and call-ins. It's going to be a packed show. I'm pulling in to DOS Tower as we speak. I'll see you in a second. Oh, yeah. Got that Friday energy, man. Got that Friday energy. By the way, apologies about yesterday. No stream in the morning, and I didn't have a stream Wednesday night. I usually love to have a Nerdvengers only stream Wednesday night. We were going to watch X-Men. Some technical difficulties at the tower. I do apologize about that. And just in general, I wanted to say, there's a lot of stuff I feel as though I'm behind on as far as like being a little more active on the Discord, understanding what's going on in the community, you know, doing more Nerdcoin giveaways and things of that nature. And I just want to apologize about that because with the move, everything's just been put into sort of flux. And we're getting a lot closer. Like, I don't know if you can tell, the sound today, to me, is a lot more close to what I want. Still not 100% on the actual setup with, you know, green screen and things of that nature. But most of the room that I'm in is properly soundproofed and things of that nature. So we're getting a little bit closer. I just need a little bit more patience. I think next week should be a much better week for us. I also want to say, if you are a Nerdvenger Prime member, we're going to have a stream today at 1 p.m. like we usually do for the Prime members. And I just want to say that today's stream is going to be pretty juicy. If you don't always make it to all of the Friday streams, maybe you watch them on replay or whatever, I think this will be a very good one for you to come to. We're going to talk about some really cool stuff, kind of behind the scenes stuff that's going on. So I just kind of want to tease that out there to stop on by if you are a Prime Nerdvenger. Okay. Now, gambling's off. It should be working. Let me double check it. Let me reset the cloud bot for you because I did have the thing on. So let's see. All right, I just reset the cloud bot. Let me know, chat. Can you gamble? Can you gamble all of your nerd coin away? I mean, gamble your nerd coin. You let me know. You let me know. I'm going to look to see if it's working. Is it not working, dude? What the love of mother lovers? That's the last thing I need. It's not working? Really? Okay, let me try to reset it one more time. All right, I'll turn it off. Boop. Okay, it should be back on. It should be back on. I'll keep an eye on chat, and we'll see if we can get it working here. That is pretty irritating if that's not working. That's pretty dumb. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. Well, as if we didn't have enough problems, as if we didn't have enough stuff going on, I suppose we will have to figure that out as well. Life be like that sometimes. When they poop on you. Sometimes life will take a big old dookie on you. That is so fucking dumb, though. Like, what the fuck? All right, I'm trying it again. Oh, my God, bro. You got to be kidding me. Oh, my God. I wonder if this has to do with this other thing that's going on. There might be something else going on. Why are my eyes red? What are you talking about, dude? My eyes are crystal clear. What are you talking about? These eyes are crystal clear. Why are your eyes red? Huh? Maybe think of that. Maybe ask yourself that. Why are your eyes red? Okay? Sheesh. Maybe it's all the hopium. Bruh, I would love to give you some nerd coin. I'll be honest with you, but I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what's going on. I think I might know what's going on. And it's just slightly terrifying. Just slightly terrifying. It has to do with what I'm going to talk about today at 1 p.m. Anyway. We'll get it sorted. I promise you. We'll get it sorted. I do apologize. Looks like gambling's not going to work today. Looks like the cloud bot may have gotten punched in the dick or something of that nature. Okay. We're going to get into this Star Wars stuff, guys, because look, we're going to talk about what's been announced officially, and then I'm going to kind of speculate about what's going on, because there's an opportunity here for some really dope stuff. And I really see like this going down in one of two ways. And the one way is like sort of my fanboy dream, like, oh my God, wouldn't it be great if like Kathy came out and started like saying some stuff, and then like all of a sudden like John comes in like Vince McMahon, and then Dave comes out from behind and hits her with the chair, and then it's like a WWE match, and it's like, we're taking Star Wars back, Kathy, and some crazy shit like that. That's probably not gonna happen. Okay? But there's a version of that could happen that I think would be great, and I want to sort of explain why, okay? So there are two main panels at Star Wars Celebration that I think are going to be of most interest to us as a community. As a community. Okay? Let's see if I can I actually even adjust this? Can I adjust it down? Okay, anyway. So this is the first kind of announcement that happened. It says Star Wars Celebration opens with a must-see showcase that will kick off the weekend's festivities into hyperdrive. Thursday, May 26th, Lucasfilm's current crop of live-action filmmakers will be joined by special guests to discuss the many Star Wars adventures coming soon, including Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor, and The Mandalorian. Stay tuned for even more panel announcements coming soon. Okay, now, there's some question as to what this exactly means, because what's kind of weird, if we just sort of jump ahead here, with the announcement of the Mando Plus panel, which is on Saturday. Again, two separate panels we're going to talk about here. This one says Mando Plus panel kicks off on Saturday, May 28th, and we'll see the return of the Mandalorian creator Jon Favreau and executive producer Dave Filoni. Lucasfilm promises the duo will be joined by some special guests for a look back on the first 2 seasons, typo, and what's to come in the future. Lucasfilm didn't provide any additional details. Okay, so some people think maybe Jon and Dave will not be on the panel on Thursday, okay? Because of the language saying, like, the return of, or I think there was something on the StarWars.com website that said the first time they returned to Celebration since when The Mandalorian began. Okay, so there's some kind of confusion here as to which panel will they be in. But this is what's weird about this first one. So it says filmmakers will be joined by special guests, and they're going to be talking about Obi-Wan, Andor, and The Mandalorian. So here's the deal. Those aren't films, obviously. Those are live action. I don't see how they could have a panel that discusses these projects without having Jon and Dave. Okay? So, here's the thing. Star Wars. When it comes to Star Wars, and for many of you that have been watching me, all of last year, and that, we hang out, we always do these streams, etc., you will know that I've had major problems with Lucasfilm in the way that they've handled their PR and the way they've mishandled opportunities to make cool announcements to capitalize on things that are going on. They've been extra quiet. And we really just don't know. Like, frankly, we don't know what the direction of the brand is. We have some idea of the coming movies and the coming projects, but the clarity has been just non-existent. And going all the way back to after the Rise of Skywalker, I don't know if you guys remember this, but all the way after the Rise of Skywalker, there was a lot of speculation out there by reliable people that Jon and Dave were going to become more involved in the film side of Star Wars. Especially Jon, it really seemed like that was going to be the push. There were some folks that even thought that we would be getting Jon to replace Kathy or something like that. Like, this is actual narrative that was out there, okay? Now, obviously, none of that has happened, at least as far as we know, and there's been just, again, so much lack of information. Star Wars Celebration, especially with the announcement of these panels, becomes the first time that we'll be able to sort of see what's actually going on and get a vision for what they look to do in the future. Okay? And this panel specifically will set the tone for the entire show and how all of this will be received by people at the show and by people at home. Okay? So, a must-see showcase that will kick off the weekend's festivities into hyperdrive Thursday. Lucasfilm's current crop of live-action filmmakers will be joined by special guests to discuss the many Star Wars adventures coming in, including Obi-Wan, Andor, and The Mandalorian. That's so interesting. None of the movies are mentioned, you know what I mean, for this panel, okay? So, 2 ways that I see this going down. Here we go. The first way, and the way that I would prefer. I would love it if Jon and Dave, or maybe just Dave at this point because of the promotion that he got, came out and took control of the panel. Meaning, maybe Kathy starts the panel and she says something to the effect of, like, some kind of State of the Union address bullcrap. And then she says, and I want to pass over, whatever verbiage, but essentially, like, pass the mic to Dave or to Jon. And I would love if they ran the panel and they were the ones to announce it. Like, literally just let Dave run this panel. I think that would be a huge win. W. Because essentially, maybe they announce that Dave has this new promotion and that he's, like, really much more in charge of all of these creative endeavors. Maybe not. But regardless, if they kind of do a visual thing in, like, letting Dave or Jon, but in this case, I think Dave would be the one, to sort of control and moderate this panel. And then from there, essentially what we're looking for is verbiage and announcements that sort of suggest a new path forward. Not just new content, but a new path forward. Like, something that I've kind of continuously come back to is the idea that I simply don't know if Star Wars will address the fact that they need to do things better, but either way, they need to address that there's a new direction. Like, there's, from the sort of PR perspective, there's a way to get that feeling out there, which is sort of like, oh, hopium for new, you know, the idea of things being better, different than they were before during the sequel trilogy, right? That kind of an announcement can be aided, you know, by having Dave sort of take over and announce these different things. Now, there's a ton of things that they could do as far as with these special guests, right? I think the most obvious ones would be Patty Jenkins, if we're indeed still doing Rogue Squadron, if the Hollywood Reporter article was false and that's going to be fine, then having her come out would be dope and explaining, you know, a little bit more about the movie. We know very little about it, right? That would be awesome. Taika Waititi coming in, talking about his movie. Awesome. Absolutely cool to be able to come in and update us about it. That would be great. Kevin Feige. This one is one for me that I'm going to be really focused on, because we haven't really heard much from the Lucasfilm camp or from Kevin Feige's camp about his Star Wars project, again, which was announced around the time of Rise of Skywalker, right? So, plainly speaking, like, I just would love for him to come on stage and talk a little bit about that movie, because I'd be like, yo, okay, we're still doing this. This is awesome. This is really exciting. I would be really, really down with that. Really crazy surprise. Maybe that would be ridiculous, but I think would go a long way to helping the fandom. George Lucas. Now, do I think George Lucas is going to show up on this panel? No. But if he does, and if there's any sort of announcement of his Watch Fly or some of just basically any connection to his sort of thoughts or ideas about Star Wars being enacted in the next phase of Star Wars or whatever, that would be incredible. So without, you know, getting us too super hyped up, there's several things that could happen on this panel that I think would really just inject a lot of hopium into the fan base. And that's for real, all that I really care about with regards to this panel. Like, in the best version of this panel, there is excitement and sort of surprise and a lot of discussion about the future of Star Wars. That's the best case scenario, is that you do some things. You know, number one, I think having Dave control the panel would be a W. Announcing or talking about Dave's promotion would be a W. Talking about the future of Star Wars and connecting it to these other creatives that come in and share some of the idea of their vision moving forward, W. Feige coming out, huge W, massive W. George Lucas coming out, that would be the biggest W of all time. That's like the sort of secret weapon that Star Wars still has available to it if they can work it out. Never say never. That would be absolutely incredible, okay? Now, let's talk about worst case scenario for me. Oh no. So, worst case scenario. And again, we're going to wait and see. We're going to wait and see together. I'll be following this. This will be a Thursday, so we'll do a regular morning stream. But then we'll also be keeping an eye out for what's going on the panel. I don't know if it'll be streamed. If it's streamed, maybe I'll react to it live. If it's not streamed, I am absolutely certain that people will be letting us know what's going on. By the way, if you are going to Star Wars Celebration, you need to get on our Discord and you need to hit up Jedi Mike. A lot of Nerdvengers are going. There's a get-together. You guys are going to do some crazy stuff. Maybe some of you will even be in this panel and be kind of hitting me up with details about it. But if you're a Nerdvenger, fan of the channel, and you want to meet other fans of the channel in a meetup, go do that. Unfortunately, I will not be there. Just move, daddy things, all kinds of things going on in my life. But regardless, I will be set up to cover this announcement regardless, okay? Worst case scenario for this panel. Kathy comes out and does the whole panel, and they literally act like everything is fine. And they give us the same goobly glob corpo speak of how good things are, of how big their shows are, of how massive Disney Plus is for them, and then they just give us essentially all the same shit that we've already known about, and there's really like not a lot of details. Okay? And I want to sort of dig into why that would be so bad. Why would that be so bad? Well, first of all, I think when you just juxtapose it against what I consider to be the best case scenario, like it's obviously that would just create way less hype and way less conversation, right? But it's worse than that because, again, we have had so much time. There has been so much of a delay. There has been so much of a lack of clarity as to what is going on with Star Wars. If they come in and try to do this crazy tone-setting, must-see showcase that essentially is business as usual. We took a little break. Now we're back at it again. Here's all these things that you already know about, and we're not going to give you that many details about it. And they just want to pretend that that's enough. Like, that's going to, I think, for me, just be like a massive disappointment because of where the brand is currently at. And because they have so much opportunity and ability to turn this around. If Kathy just comes out there and does a regular-ass panel bringing out people, and Taika essentially goes, yeah, I can't really say much about it, but I'm really excited to be doing Star Wars. If Patty's like, oh, yeah, we can't really say much about it, but I'm really excited to be... Like, bro, miss me with that shit. It's really going to trigger me. That is really, really going to trigger me. Okay? So that's kind of, in my opinion, best and worst case scenario for the first panel, the sort of tone setting thing for Star Wars Celebration. Anywhere in the middle of those two extremes would probably be serviceable to me if the ultimate end goal of setting up newness and a new direction and new content and new ways to get our imagination engaged, if all of that is the focus, and there's enough intrigue, then maybe I'll be okay with it. But, like, that's kind of the extremes, right? Like, worst case scenario for me, best case scenario for me. And unfortunately, and perhaps it's just because I'm super jaded, I actually think it's I'm leaning towards it being the worst case scenario. You know what I mean? I'm leaning towards it being more of business as usual, Disney corpo speak, lack of clarity and details, which will really upset me. However, even if that happens, there's still an opportunity that on Saturday, and I want to kind of just, this is on StarWars.com. Let me, oh shit, wrong thing. On Saturday, at 11, basically 12, so it would be 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for me. Mandalorian creator Jon Favreau and executive producer Dave Filoni will make their first Star Wars Celebration appearance. See, that language makes me nervous. That makes me think they won't be there on Thursday. Since the premiere of Disney Plus series, the panel called Mando Plus, a conversation with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, will take place Saturday, May 28th, and feature the duo alongside with special guests for a look back and a look ahead at what's to come. Okay, so we just got some pretty crazy numbers about Mandalorian. We talked about them a little bit on Monday with Star Wars Theory on the Nerd Theory podcast. Mandalorian is massive, dude. 14 billion views. Or maybe it's 14 billion minutes of watch time, actually, I think is what it is. I mean, either way, it's ridiculous, dude. It's damn ridiculous. It is by far and away the biggest Disney Plus show. Not just, Star Wars show, the biggest Disney Plus show. And it's this huge win that I think Star Wars needed at a really important time. And John and Dave, because, again, there have been so much secrecy, so much quietness over there. We're not even sure, man. Like, the last we had official shit coming out was December 10th of 2019 when Kathy said you would get the next chapter of The Mandalorian, which ended up being Book of Boba Fett, the following Christmas. Jon Favreau said on Good Morning America the day before that you would be getting Mandalorian Season 3 in a pretty timely manner. And since then, we have had really nothing. Now, of course, Pandy happened. World got turned upside down. A lot of different things happened. Regardless, we don't know. Like, we had, again, the most massive show on the platform, have an absolutely incredible Season 2, and then you get Book of Boba Fett, which is kind of, in my opinion, a lackluster show. It still did big numbers, perhaps even sort of riding off some of that overflow from Mandalorian. And we know Mandalorian 3 it's either wrapped or like most of Principal's wrapped, and they have maybe some additional stuff to do. And it sounds crazy. It sounds really dope. Clarity about that would be great. But clarity about the Filoni-verse in general would be like awesome. That's where I think the super duper hype train comes in. And a lot of us have been speculating for some time, like, oh man, there's going to be Heir to the Empire kind of stuff going on. And that this time period, in Ahsoka, right? Because we assume maybe they'll talk about Ahsoka in this thing. We were going to have Rangers of the New Republic. That show ain't happening anymore, right? Or maybe it is, and we just don't know, and they'll announce that then as well. Regardless, it was being set up in a very similar MCU fashion with connective tissue and all of this shared stuff going on. And there's also reports that John and Dave may well take the Filoni-verse stuff and have its conclusion be in movie theaters to have an actual movie where all of this goes. And perhaps a lot of the stuff we've been hearing, like, oh man, Heir of the Empire, Thrawn's going to be the Thanos of Star Wars, all these different things. If any of that's true, it will hopefully be discussed and talked about on Saturday during this panel with John and Dave. Now, obviously, the perfect 1-2 punch would be like John, or rather Dave, again, taking most of the control on that Thursday panel and being like, yo, here's what's going on. Here's why we're so excited, and getting us super hyped up about all these different projects. And then getting very clear about how the Mando verse is going to work in the next couple of years. I think that would be perfect. But again, maybe the Thursday one's a little wishy-washy and we're like, whoa, what the hell? Not really what I was looking for. This could be the droid that we were looking for on Saturday with John and Dave talking about the Filoni-verse. So, in my opinion, man, this is a really important moment for Star Wars. I'm glad that they have all these crazy announcements and these panels and they're doing all these sort of things. The next step is going to be, okay, what's it actually going to be like? What are you actually going to say? And I guess it's then just going to be up to the fans to decide. Like, are we super excited? Are we re-engaged or not? And so, I think a lot's on the line, man. I think this celebration is a kind of make or break moment for the brand. And I know, like, that word gets sort of used a lot when it comes to Star Wars, but that's because I really, truly feel like this brand is in a pretty weird, precarious situation. I guess the only other thing to really add is that there's a possibility on Thursday we'll get some trailers, right? Like maybe an Andor trailer. A lot of people think there could be an Andor trailer or like a Sizzler, because there was an Andor Sizzler apparently that they were going to show on Disney Plus Day. They ultimately pulled it. So it's like, I don't really know what the deal is with that. But hope. Hopium and maybe copium. That's what's going to be in my blinker when it comes to Star Wars Celebration. Okay, everybody okay? Are we all okay? Everybody okay? You okay? Okay. Now, let's move on. Let's talk about some Marvel. Let's talk about a little bit of Marvel, and then we'll get into some Q&A, and we'll do some call-ins, etc. Couple of things. Obviously, we had the trailer, new trailer, and tickets go on sale for Multiverse of Madness. It went crazy, of course. Biggest pre-sales of the year, bigger than the Batman, which I don't think surprises anybody, but not as big as Spider-Man No Way Home. Not as big as Spider-Man No Way Home, which, by the way, I called. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I think the movie might end up doing bigger numbers than Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, it's totally possible. But it's not the same thing. Like, we don't have that sort of hype cycle and the crazy rabidness of the fans that came with No Way Home. It's just not quite there. And if you'll notice, there's a lot more trailers, footage, and promotion for Multiverse of Madness than I personally remember for Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home, in a lot of ways, sort of lived off of the rumor mill, the leaks, and the speculation. Multiverse of Madness doesn't really have that same luxury because even though there's a lot of leaks and things out there, Marvel has been pretty proactive as far as trying to stop leaks and surprises from being spoiled. And so, conversely, they have decided to ramp up promotion. I thought the new trailers and the posters were brilliant. Like, way better posters than what you got with No Way Home. And I thought the trailers were freaking crazy, right? You get Billy and Tommy right front and center. That is awesome. You get the third eye opening up on that supreme or evil, sinister Doctor Strange. Super cool. Almost everything in there can be completely explained and tied back into the leaks. I did a video about it, kind of explaining where we're at with that. Super hyped up. I've got tickets for 3 p.m. 3 p.m. the 5th, that Thursday. Oh, man, am I excited. And that Friday, we're going to do a spoiler stream Friday morning talking all about Multiverse of Madness. It's going to be dope. I hope it's one of the biggest streams we've ever had. It'll be very similar, I think, to the energy that was there with No Way Home. And, oh, man, I can't wait. So that's super cool. Let me know in chat, did you get your tickets? Did you get your tickets for Spider-Man's No Ways Homes? Did you get your tickets? Let me know in the chitty chat. Let me know. Did you get your tickets? How excited are you for No Way Home? Got them ticks? Nice. Yes, sir. Indeed, I did. Nice. You can go to Hades for, wait, what? What the hell? No? IMAX tickets? Nice, nice. Cool, cool. You didn't get tickets? I got tickets for Multiverse of Madness. I'm not going to sleep that Friday. Right on. Nice, 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 nice. Very cool. Very, very cool. Officially, Thor: Love and Thunder has broken the record for the shortest time period between a trailer and the release of a film. Never before has Marvel released a trailer this late. Yes, Multiverse of Madness. You know what I mean. No, it's for Multiverse of Madness. Sheesh. I mean, if you somehow got tickets for No Way Home for that same time period, that would be impressive. But, yeah, pretty weird when it comes to Thor, man. I'm not really sure what is going on there. There's a new banner for the Twitter account, which I think is cool, but it doesn't really show us much. So a lot of questions about Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm not sure what the deal is with the trailer and all of that. I don't think the movie's going to be delayed, but I guess it's possible. And maybe they're just kind of really on that edge of like, you know, maybe we should delay this, maybe we shouldn't, maybe we should release this trailer, maybe we shouldn't. I don't know, man, but definitely has a lot of people sort of, triggered or worried about DOS movie. So that's kind of the bit. Other than that, guys, I felt like Moon Knight episode 2 was straight fire. I loved it. I think the show is incredible, and I think we're set up for an absolutely incredible episode 3. Spoilers, in Egypt. A lot more action, a lot more fun. And I've heard incredible things about episode 3 and episode 4. I've heard they're both incredible. And, 4 is going to have that big crazy leak, which I think a lot of us already know what the crazy twist is going to be. And then we'll go forward and kind of get an explanation for what's going on in the show with episode 5 and episode 6. So yeah, that's kind of the updates. I will say I have a couple of videos that'll be coming out probably today and one over the weekend. One of those videos is going to be about Morbius, Sony, Andrew and Toby, some of the things that Sam Raimi has said about coming back to do more Spider-Man stuff, and just kind of like, man, like the whole deal with that. I think that's pretty crazy. The other video is going to have to do with Ezra Miller, the Flash movie, and the DCEU moving forward, right? Because obviously that's been a big, crazy thing that a lot of people are talking about. There was a report from the Rolling Stone that said there was an emergency meeting among executives at Warner Brothers to decide what to do about Ezra. Then a source from within Warner Brothers reached out to IGN to debunk that meeting even happened. And when stuff like that happens, man, it usually means that there are two separate camps within a studio that are saying different things to the press for different reasons. So conflicting reports, a lot of weird stuff when it comes to, the merger. A bunch of people got let go. Emmerich did not get let go, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a ton of fun stuff to get into with regards to DC. So a couple of cool videos coming at you. And, yeah. That's where we're at. So, guys, I'll shift into DOS Qs and DOS As. I'll go over the super chats and the membership chats. We'll hang out in chat for a little bit, and then I will finish off the stream with some call-ins. I will do a few call-ins. And, again, I do apologize about the lack of gambling and everything. I'm not really sure what's going on. I think I know what it might be, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll get it sorted either freaking way. Yeah, is it working at all right now? It's working! Yo, let's go! Is that or is that not the first time? Is that not the first time that it's worked all day? Let me know, chat. Is that the first time it's worked all day? All right, well, let's do... You know what? Let's do a thing then, too. Because I feel so bad about the thing. Here's 10,000 nerd coin to everybody that's watching right now. Boom! There you go. There you go. Bada boom, bada bing. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. Bada 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 bada. Bada 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 bada. Let's see if we can get these super chats and everything going on. Okay, I know somebody joined as a Nerdvenger before the stream started, and unfortunately it's not showing me that. So I apologize. Whomever you are, though, you are a Nerdvenger now. Welcome. Make your way around the tower. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Just an 8-month membership chat with 3 nerdy hearts. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Miss Spiro Jr. Miss M. Spiro Jr. I can never say names right. Member for 7 months says, Blinker time, baby. How do I get into the Diamond Lounge? Thanks for all you do, Josh. So if you have a Diamond membership, which you do, you just need to contact somebody on Discord and they'll get you into the lounge. I will do a Diamond Lounge stream next week. I promise. I was going to do one today, and I was actually going to do like a Saturday morning cartoon stream to like try to make it up to you guys for like, not having a stream yesterday, et cetera, et cetera. But the truth is, as much as like I want to do that, it's not a good decision because I need to actually get this thing set up so that we can move forward and actually continue to make great content, et cetera, et cetera. So I promise you I will make it up to you guys, but I can't just do it right now. But yeah, that's how you do it, man. We'll do a Diamond stream next week for show. Bubbe14, member for 5 months, says, it has been confirmed on IGN by Dave and John that Theory will play Luke and Ahsoka's love child in the Ahsoka show. Yo! Wouldn't that be dope? I mean, chat, let me know. Would you be down? Would you be down for Star Wars Theory to be the love child of Luke and Ahsoka? Would you be down? Let me know in chat. TPG Gang with a $5 holla says, I watched Morbius with my brother who graduated from boot camp yesterday, and I liked the movie. Nothing crazy about the movie, but I liked it. Yo, that's cool. First of all, congratulations to your brother, and I'm glad you like Morbius, man. I think to me, in the video that I'm going to do about Morbius, like, I want to try to say, like, here's the thing. I know there are people that like the movie, and there's this whole camp of people that are like, yo, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as people are saying it. It is, etc., etc. Like, all of that is fine, and yet the internet has kind of already decided, and Morbius is just, like, it's vilified. And I think that even if you like the movie, you got to be able to understand why so many fans, particularly fans of Spider-Man and what they did with No Way Home, are upset at what Sony did and why Sony needs to do the shit differently. You know what I mean? So as much as, like, people will come out there and be like, hey, I liked Morbius, like, that's cool, but it also, like, it doesn't change anything about why so many people hate the movie and why Sony should take notice of that and change the way that they're going. Because if for instance, if I were Andrew and Toby, and I'm looking at a contract with Sony Pictures, and then I look at what happened with Morbius and, like, how the fans have been so, like, hateful towards the movie, like, Toby doesn't want that. Like, dude, Spider-Man 3 was not a good experience for him. And if you watch the behind the scenes, both Toby and Andrew talk about how understanding that Feige and Pascal were actually really passionate about this stuff and that they deeply cared about it was an important part of why they did it. And I'm just sorry, like, AVA Rad, you know, these people, I don't think they inspire that kind of shit. And, like, dude, yeah. Adam D, member for 7 months, says, finally got my diamond badge. Thanks for all the entertainment and insight over the last few years. My favorite part of the morning is this stream. Hey, thanks, Adam. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the support. Happy to continue to be providing that value. You know, and I want to be better, bro. Like, one of the reasons that I'm so irritated about just, you know, the move and just everything is that ultimately it's really important to me that I provide good value and entertainment. And that is a multifaceted idea. That it's not just the topic, it's the energy we bring, some of the fun angles and such that we take on it. And I just haven't been there, man. I have not been at 100%, and it's very frustrating. So on the one hand, it's like, thank you so much. I also want to just let you know, like, yo, we're going to turn this up. We're going to turn this up. I'm ready to go. John, member for 9 months, says Sonic 2 was dope. Normally don't like kids being too loud in the theaters, but they added to the experience. That's cool, man. Anyone, anywho, thoughts on Grant Gustin as DCEU Flash? Bruh. First of all, that's super cool, man. I wanted to go see Sonic. I have to see the first Sonic. I haven't even watched the first Sonic. So maybe we'll watch the first Sonic, and then we'll get into the theater to watch the second one. But I love that idea that, like, normally kids would ruin it, but them being like, wow, and, like, all that could actually enhance Sonic 2. That's interesting. Thoughts on Grant Gustin as DCEU Flash? Yes, fucking please. Like, and I'm going to talk about this in the video, but all it's going to take, and it would take just a little bit of reshooting, just a little bit, is that when Flash comes back, when Barry comes back, he just needs to, like, look down at his hands, and they're different. And then he needs to look in the mirror, and he needs to be Grant Gustin. That's it. That's it. Weirder stuff has happened. They're messing around with the fucking multiverse, for God's sake. Just do it. So that's one way. Masma says, member for 13 months. Every time you get excited about Star Wars, I start counting down to a rage stream. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, ultimately, like I said, there's a couple of scenarios here. One, super positive. Oh my God. Like, I think we're moving in the right direction. Unfortunately, I do feel like the sort of company line from Lucasfilm is our shit doesn't stink. Everything is fine here. And that's just really going to irritate me if that's the way they plan to play it. Kendall, says, every time I go to sleep, I have the same Star Wars fanboy dream. And when I wake up, it's the same nightmare. Josh Lucas. Quote of the day. Quote of the day. Appreciate you, brother. Kendall follows up and says, Mando Plus will be Disney Plus and the Mandoverse. I bet that is the panel John and Dave will run. Yeah, I agree. They will certainly run that panel either way. But I guess, like, kind of what I was saying was, like, yo, if Dave runs the panel on Thursday and there's reference to his, like, new position and the way he sees all of this going on, like, I feel like that's a huge W for Star Wars. Like, and sort of an acknowledgement of the problem. You know? I don't know, bro. That's just me. MCU Drew with a $5 holla says, I got tickets for 7:30, which means your review will be for what I am out. Yes, it will. Even though I think that was a goobly glob sentence. I have this premiere game down. My man, that's awesome. Yeah, I should have my first reaction video out by then. I'll see the movie. I'll probably be home by like 6 or 7, and then I'll, spend like a couple hours making my first reaction. And then, yeah, the following day, Friday, will be the spoiler stream. And I know not everybody will have seen the film by then, but we'll talk spoilers again on Monday or whatever as well. So, yeah, it'll be all good. Appreciate the love, man. Matt Bills with a $5 holla says, hey, man, if you want a good laugh, listen to Theory's Qui-Gon voice. He sounds like Sean Connery. No hate, though. Yeah. I popped in a little bit here and there while he was streaming Lego Star Wars and whatnot. So, yeah. I'll have to listen to his to his Qui-Gon. Diamond Joe with a $5 holla says, do you think Ezra should still play the Flash for everything that's been going on? Maybe things would be okay after he gets help / apology. I don't know. Bruh. I don't... Man, here's the thing. Like, this issue is so weird because Hollywood, in my opinion, and being in that cycle and doing all that stuff is not conducive to getting proper mental health, help, and mental fitness, right? So the way that I think of this is, there's mental health and there's like mental illness and there's like, severe problems that can happen, chemical imbalances, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's mental fitness, like the ability and fortitude of a person to be able to like withstand a lot of stress and to be able to kind of hold your temperament. I would say that John Boyega is a very mentally strong person. Like, he has mental fitness. And even though he deals with a lot, he seems to be okay. All of the people around Ezra, I would imagine at least 90% of those people, are also tied to him in a weird financial way. Like, some of the people around him, like his lawyers or his representation or his agents, etc., a lot of those people are financially incentivized to keep him in that game. The studio itself is probably incentivized to keep him in that game. And so the unfortunate truth is that I think what would be best for Ezra is to get them out of that situation. They need to have a rehabilitation time period, some time period of healing, right? Like something akin to what happened with Robert Downey Jr. when he was going through his troubles. But unfortunately, I think all of the people around him and all of the people that are really like in a position to make such a decision are technically financially incentivized to keep him going, which is really sad. I personally think he should absolutely be recast. 100%. I think it's ultimately what's best for Ezra, and I think it's ultimately what's best for Warner Brothers. But it's also a really sensitive issue, so I understand that maybe it's a bit more complicated than that, right? C-Dub with a $10 holla says, feeling fantastic in my premium Nerd Ventures hoodie. It's nice to have you back Everyone enjoy your Friday and take my money. Hey, thanks, man. C-Dub, I appreciate it. And yeah, those premium hoodies and those premium jackets are dope as hell, man. I love those things. I feel good when I have them on, too. So much love to you, man, and I missed you, too. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Renee says, member for 22 months. Holy mother loving mothers. Says, I'd pay to see Star Wars Theory sell out and be Luke Soka's weird, bald-headed baby. Indeed, man. Indeed. I think that would be pretty cool. For sure, dude. For sure. Appreciate you, bro. Neymon says, I'm ready for this Marvel season with Moon Knight, Multiverse of Madness, and Thor 4 since they started the press tour. I also think I'll love She-Hulk as a Deadpool stan. Yeah, I think so. I'm more excited for She-Hulk than I am for Miss Marvel. And I'm hoping She-Hulk gets put together probably because there's like some buzz that it might not be going so well. And maybe if it's just super weird, like maybe a lot of people won't like it, but maybe I still will, you know? So, yeah, we'll just see, bro. We'll see what's going on. But, yeah, I'm excited for this Marvel season as well. I think now's the time. Now is the time. Filmic FPV, member for 3 months, says, I followed some dude live tweeting from the hospital last night after leaving Morbius. Followed some dude live tweeting from the hospital last night after. Wait, what? I'm not sure what that means, bro. But I hope that person's okay. Hope you're okay, too. Not sure what's going on there. Ryan Carter, $5 hollow, says, what if Gore kills Khonshu and Moon Knight is freed but keeps the powers? Whoa. I really like that, man. I'm really interested in what's going on with Khonshu because in Moon Knight episode 2, there's this idea that's introduced by the Harrow character where he says maybe that's why he's banished. Like, none of the other gods respect him. Maybe that's why he's banished. What does that mean, banished? Like, what does that mean? I would really like more of an explanation as to, like, what's going on with the gods, et cetera, in the MCU. And perhaps, and I sort of teased this in the video, maybe Thor 4's connection to all of the gods, including Khonshu, is why the trailer has been delayed. I know that sounds crazy, but maybe there's something to that. You know what I mean? We don't know for sure. Appreciate you, though. The talented Mr. Griffin with a $5 holla says, much love to you and the family. It's a shame that Steven has fallen to the Mark side. Take my money. Yeah, a little bit, huh? A little bit. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the love. And, yeah, we're making it. We're making it, man. We're getting through it. You know what I mean? Tough situation with the move and everything, but it is what it is. And, yeah. I like that we got the Mr. Knight going on, though. Is that what you're talking about? I'm not exactly sure what you're referencing in the second part of your chat. Dr. Zaz, member for 2 months, says, can you get a Nerd Ventures logo as a patch? Something I can sew onto my hiking backpack, repping Theory with the Blue 66 on the Colorado Trail in July. Yo, that's super cool. We can figure something like that out. Get some patches going on. I'm a fan of patches myself. So, yeah, man, we'll work on that. Dogslin59 says, just showing you love, Josh. Yeah. Keep nerding out. Hey, man, I really appreciate the 5 spot. Thank you so much for the love. And, yeah, man, we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. All right, let's chill in the chat for a little bit. And then I am going to open up for a couple of call-ins. Let's do 3. Let's do 3 call-ins today. First 3 in. Get that going on there. Let me try to reset the chat, too, because I feel like the chat's, like, super behind now. Yo, I do want to remind you, if you're a Nerd Avenger at the Prime level, we will be going live at 1 p.m., and it's going to be a juicy one, man. It's going to be a juicy one. I got some cool things to talk to you guys about. PJ with a $10 holler says, Josh, what's up, brother? Are you still off the Halo train? It's a good-ass show, man. I think of it as a different universe. No, I still haven't watched it, PJ. I'm going to be honest. A lot of people that I like are like, nah, man. Just saying it's not that good. Halo in and of itself, too, man. Let me just say that I really hope Halo gets their shit together. And I really hope Halo Infinite provide some actual content, gets this BR mode going. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm pretty disappointed in where Halo is at. I don't like the Halo show at all, and it's one of my favorite all-time games. Yeah, I love that game, dude. I love the Halo games, but yeah. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yeah, it is sad. I think they can turn it around, but like there's some crazy stuff. Like if you follow the like the development and their sort of conversations they've been having with the fandom, like it's so crazy. Like they literally said in one of their most recent updates that cross-core mechanics, as far as like having armor that can go cross-core, that they're like, yeah, that we can't do that anytime soon. Maybe not ever. And I'm just like, it is mind-blowing to me that you have built this engine in a way, like the Slipstream engine, in a way that you can't just fix shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you saying? Like, in a couple of years, you'll have this all sorted out? Like, it's crazy to me. So, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, my God. Somebody just won $15,000. Take 3 call-ins after you let me add to the Star Wars Celebration announcements. Yeah. Okay, cool. I can do that. I can do that, Jedi Mike. Okay, I'm going to open up a stage in the Nerdventure only floors of the tower. It's called Call-ins. Boom. Boom. There she be. I'm going to pause that. I guess I could do that. All right, let me bring on Jedi Mike so that he can tell us a little bit more about what's going on with the Nerdventures at Celebration.
Hey, happy Friday. Can you hear me, Josh?
I can hear you I can hear you actually pretty loudly, so that's probably on me. I'll turn you down a little bit. What's up, bro?
Well, I got that teacher voice. Sometimes I project too much.
Gotcha. Wait, can they hear you, though? Hang on. They might not be able to hear. Yeah, they might not be able to hear you. So hang on 1 second, my friend. Let me just adjust this. Output device.
2 things. 1 comment and then the announcement once you do the tech adjustments.
Dude, I got you. I think I got you, bro. I think I got you. Everybody, can you hear Mike? I can hear myself a little bit. I got an echo of the stream a little.
Well, no. I moved out of the way.
Oh, okay,
that was
right
ridiculous.
on. Okay.
I don't know why that wasn't muted.
All good. I think,
so,
yeah.
First thing, I want to see the smile on your face because I haven't taken a picture of my Nerdventures premium hoodie yet either, but I've got mine. And you just have to be so proud of yourself, dude, because the quality and the branding success, like give yourself a pat on the back as an entrepreneur because you got a gang of people with some dope merchandise with that awesome logo, and success is pretty sweet today.
Thanks. Yeah, man. That's awesome. I agree. And you got to give a lot of credit to Brian as well, because, Brian had been sort of on that idea for a while. And, he took his time and then he presented the very high quality stuff to me and just sent it to me. And of course I was like blown away by it. And I was like, let's do this. Let's make this happen. So thanks very much, man. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're loving it because I love it too.
And then the next thing is kind of for the people that are showing up, and there are some people that keep signing up on the Evite, right, for the Nerdventures meetup.
Yeah.
It's like a street team thing. You're going to show up in front of the Star Wars store, and we got clipboards. And so every hour, whoever shows up, we're going to have a random pull, maybe like a mini Funko Pop, that's like a $5 giveaway or something.
Yeah.
Or some of us Prime Vengers are going to donate some Nerd Coin. And so we'll give away some $10,000 Nerd Coin to anybody that shows up. I mean, if you're on the Discord and you will show up to a Nerdventures event, you're going to get some Nerd Coin. And it doesn't have to be a drop from Josh because of the Nerd Coin economy. It might not work out if a bunch of people eventually show up. So we're figuring stuff like that out. Awesome. But those are the types of things that we're going to have for people that show up besides just whatever. Cosplay, I do not know the rules for Downtown Disney cosplay yet. We got a month to go or more. So just that's it. Thanks for letting me share that info, and now you can take your nerdy Collins.
I appreciate it, Mike. Thank you so much for your hard work on that, brother. Take care, bud. All right. So that's pretty cool, man. I think you guys are going to have a good time with that, and I'm pumped that that everybody has that going on. Shout out to Mike for doing that. And also, yeah, shout out to Brian. If you guys have not checked out the premium merchandise, go to denofnerdsmerch.com, I believe is the website, denofnerdsmerch.com. And check out that premium stuff. I see a couple of people in here right now, but nobody has a hand raised, so I can't get you in. Okay, here we go. All right, I'll bring on Kendall, then Naiman, then John, and then we'll call it, okay? Kendall, I got you on the call, man. What's up? Kendall.
Oh, I had to push the talk. What's going on, man? How's it going?
It's going, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. Yo, just wanted to pick your brain here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm loving Moon Knight and everything. And it seems like we're starting to go down a road where things can get very sweaty, like with the whole MCU, right? With the whole MCU. Damn it, this push the talk. With the whole, like, MCU as far as like the gods, as far as the Conju talking about being an avatar, like he can't have any power unless he's an avatar. And that had me thinking about Bast and how Bast is protecting Wakanda.
Yeah.
Through the wheels of Black Panther. And I'm just kind of curious, like, with that, the multiverse, all of this stuff, like, how sweaty do you think we're going to be going down this MCU road? And do you think it'd be a point to where we get too sweaty for it to have that massive success? I'm here for it, but I know everybody else might not be here for the sweaty stuff.
Yeah.
Just like, how sweaty do you think we're getting?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. First of all, thanks so much for just all the love, man. I'm gonna take you out of here, and I'll kind of follow up on this, okay?
No doubt, man.
All right, brother. Take care. So I think that's a great question because there's a lot of Marvel's at a really interesting impasse where there's people that have been so engaged with the content and with the brand for so long that we are looking, I think, for sort of a different value proposition as some other people are. Like, when you think about a show like Moon Knight right now, I think is doing pretty well, but I think a lot of that has to do with the love of Oscar Isaac and the love of the narrative that's being created there. And there's some stuff that a particular type of Marvel fan is really, really sort of latched onto, and it's not necessarily as important to how people get value out of the show for like a normie type fan. I guess the question is, how many more normies are left to be brought back into the Marvel universe, or are they already there? And how can Feige sort of juggle giving hardcore fans continuous value while also kind of appealing to the masses? There was a really interesting article that came out recently about Joe Russo, and he was sort of explaining that the Marvel plan is not as set in stone as people think. And I think that there's probably just sort of a lot that's in flux that Feige is trying to deal with and trying to understand. And I don't even know that some of these things he even has a full sort of explanation for understanding. Maybe there's sort of possibilities here, but as far as how sweaty do we think this is going to get? I would kind of make this argument that it will continuously get more sweaty, but there may always be a portion of the content that is really only for the most hardcore folk, right? So you think about Loki's pretty sweaty, dude. If you think about timelines, purging, multiversal wars, all these different concepts, variants that are introduced, it's almost like that show almost needed something like Rick and Morty to be able to be mass appeal. It's sweaty, but there are aspects and things on other properties that sort of allow the fans to be able to understand that stuff. When it comes to the gods, how much of that sweatiness is necessary to push the story forward, right? Going into Thor Love and Thunder, going into Black Panther Wakanda Forever, perhaps there will be just a little bit more of the explanation for the gods and some of that filled out, But it's also this question of like, who's the best narrator? You know, like, can we trust Khonshu? If Khonshu says some shit about the gods, can we really trust that to be the case? Arisham or Emerish, the celestial dude, like, how much of an actual good narrator is he? There's all these different questions. But I think Loki season 2 is going to be pretty sweaty, dude. I think that this idea of multiverse, Feige made a decision a long time ago to trust that the audience is smarter than a lot of Hollywood producers will give them credit for. So in a way, Marvel's already more sweaty than a lot of other brands, IP, and universes or whatever, right? I guess my best answer for you, bro, is I think we will get sweatier, but I think there will always be a sort of bifurcation of how important that sweatiness is to the narrative, right? Like, we can't have normies like pulling out pie charts and watching like Eric Voss videos to just be able to understand the shit, because that's not really what you want. But what you want is an on-ramp in the content to go sweaty if you want to go sweaty, which is where, like, you know, channels like us come in and et cetera, et cetera. So I appreciate it. I think it's a interesting thought, and that's my answer for you, bro. Name my own. You're on the call, my friend.
What's up? Can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear, bro. What's going on?
Nothing, chilling, getting ready for this, like I said, this crazy Marvel season.
Yeah.
Making some vids and stuff.
Yeah, man, for sure. It's going to be hype. It's going to be hype.
I might be more excited for Thor 4 than Doctor Strange, because Thor is like my second favorite character in Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, Thor, in some way, like, the thing that's crazy about Thor is I think there's so much possibility, and we know very little, right? Like, so there's some leakage, but it's not like a lot, and I think Multiverse of Madness has sort of overshadowed that, so we don't have as much speculation on it. But dude, no, I agree. Like, I think Thor's gonna really shock people. I mean, Taika said, do you remember when he said this? It was like a year and a half ago, where he said, "I want Thor 4 to be the best Marvel movie that's ever been made."
Yep.
Yeah, and I think he actually wants that, you know?
Yeah, and my thought process was like, No Way Home is going to be great. Then Doctor Strange is going to be even better. Then Thor 4 is even, like, I thought it was going to be an ascending. That's always been my thought for Thor 4.
Yeah.
Because I like that storyline with Gordon Godbutcher. It's like my favorite Thor storyline.
Yeah,
and great. I like Mighty Thor too.
Yeah, it's great stuff. I think that run gets a lot of unfair hate, man, because, like, I know it's like literally, you know, Jane becoming Thor or whatever, but like Jason Aaron wrote the shit out of that, dude. It was crazy. So
it was great.
Yeah, so I'm here for it.
Like a past, present, future Thor, like all fight. It was great.
Yeah, it was super, super hyped up. Do you have any like questions or like a point you want to bring up specifically or anything?
I kind of feel bad for Star Wars fans. That's just something I want to say. Because, like, I got, like sports, Marvel, anime. Like, there are other things I like as much as Star Wars. So, like, I'm good. Like, Star Wars is extra for me. So I just feel bad for people, that just keep getting let down by Star Wars. I just want to say that. But that's all.
Yeah, for sure, man. Here, I'll hang on that point for a second. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much, okay?
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
You too, brother. All right, so yeah, let's touch on that for a second, because I bet because you know what's so funny about this sort of channel and brand is, like, we've got a lot of people that are just Marvel, and we've got a lot of people that are just Star Wars. Like, I think MCU Drew even said earlier when I announced that today's stream will mostly be talking about Star Wars, and he was like, "Ah, man, like when it's not Marvel or whatever, right?" And we've got a little bit of sort of competition, you know, like people try to throw shade at each other or whatever, but I think it's fact that Marvel fans are getting treated, just on the whole, way better than both DC fans and Star Wars fans. Star Wars specifically, I feel, has had a lot of issues. Obviously, the discourse can get pretty toxic. It's a tough one, man. And I too sort of feel bad for Star Wars fans. I am a big Star Wars fan. I think the most frustrating thing for me, bro, and like why... Like, if you really look at the arc that I've been on since 2019, it is sort of out of the wake of Rise of Skywalker being very optimistic. Like, I don't know if y'all remember this, but, like, everybody was saying the fucking sky was falling, and your boy was over here being like, no, Star Wars MCU. Like, you know, Feige Star Wars. Like, I kept just seeing things and hearing things that had me excited about the future, because I was like, it's going to be different. And I thought, especially because I kept hearing like they're going to learn and they realize Marvel's doing better and they want to sort of do what Marvel is doing. I remember being like, let's go. Like, you know, I'm so excited. They're the same. They're in the same, like, they're in the same family. Like Marvel and Star Wars, both owned by Disney. It's absolutely crazy to me that Star Wars hasn't learned more from Marvel and done a better job. So to go from that place of like hope and hype and then to feel like none of that's happening and to feel like they're not going to listen to Feige and all these different things and some of the things I heard behind the scenes, like I took a pretty negative spin where I was like, man, like crazy to go from what I thought would have been a really hopeful way forward to where we're at now. Celebration in these panels become the first sort of, I guess, sign on the road or whatever of like, where are we going? Or like, how is this happening? So I'm hopeful. Yeah, I don't know, bro. We'll see, but I understand where you're at. And John, I'm going to bring you on, brother. John, I'll bring you on. Last call-in of the day. Then I'll go over some of the super chats that we have lingering and just hang in chat for a little bit as well. Can you hear me, John? Hello. What's going on, bro?
You hear me now?
I can hear you. It's like the connection might be a little bit bad, or maybe it's the mic or something, but I can hear you.
Hear me now?
I got you. That's much clearer.
Um,
Uh-oh, we may have lost John. I'll give him a second to see if he can come back in. Otherwise, we'll just call it. We'll do more call-ins next week. John, I'll give you a second to try to get back in there, brother, but if you can, it's no big deal. We'll get you next week or something. You know what? I'm gonna exit, man. John, I apologize, bro. We'll try to get you back next week. And also, guys, if you want to be on a call that we usually again do on Fridays, you got to be a member, and then you just got to hit somebody up on Discord, maybe get an explanation of how to get into the calls, because they're fairly easy to do once you know how to do it. But if you don't know how to do it, it can be kind of daunting or whatever to get that done. So, okay, let me tear through some of these last super chats here, then we'll hang out and chat for a little bit. I definitely want to know what y'all think. Orange Grove says with a $5 says, I'm getting pretty tired of the bald man bad anti-Chapek stuff. Dude isn't great, but I feel the heat on him is kind of overblown. Oh yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. And Disney's in a weird spot, man. I haven't commented too much on, the political side of this with the bill in Florida, all these different things. You have protests, then you have counter protests from a bunch of conservatives in like California and stuff. It's been sort of interesting to watch from the sideline. I certainly don't envy Chapek. I don't think Chapek is a villain. I don't think Chapek is a carpet that everybody walks all over. I think Chapek is a CEO in a very weird time at a turning point for entertainment and a lot of the verticals that they touch. And is he Bob Iger? No, he's not. But I don't think he's this villain or this like total idiot or whatever. So I hear you as well. And we'll just see where we go from here, brother. Lars says with a $10 holla, very generous, says, Aida? Aida? AITA? What the hell does that mean? Someone keeps throwing their dog poop in my trash can outside. I feel bad because I keep taking it out, but at the same time, I don't because they're making my trash smell like shit. Oh, am I the asshole? Is that what you're asking, Lar? Because somebody keeps putting dog poop in the trash can outside. I feel bad because put a sign on there, man. Just put a sign on there. Like, write a sign on there and be like, this is not a place for dog poop. Maybe that. Maybe we could try communication. Maybe we could try something like that. That'd be kind of fun, huh? MCU Drew says, hey now, that was a joke about me being sad when streams are Star Wars. I want them to eat well too. Hey, I appreciate you, MCU Drew. I was just playing a little bit, but it's all good, brother. Kendall says, Star Wars has a better community, and on YouTube, Star Wars has a better community on YouTube, I think that's because there's so much wrong with it that it leads to combos and rage. MCU is content-based. Yes. So I think you're making the point that it has a better community and the content's better for Marvel because it's all like MCU content-based. Like we're all mostly just hyped up about the content and speculating about the content. And I absolutely agree. I do think there's sort of, in a lot of ways, an effort by sort of like anti-SJW channels or whatever to take shots at Marvel about culture war stuff. Now, that's their vertical. That's what they do. But like Marvel continues to be pretty Teflon with that shit because it just does a lot of good stuff. Like you kind of can't deny just the fact that a lot of people love this content and they treat the fans way better than a lot of these other people are doing. So Star Wars, because it doesn't have that, or at least it doesn't have sort of a ubiquitous, unified group of folks that like the content, then that sort of allows there to be a vacuum, which is then filled by culture war or drama content, right? So, yeah, I mean, I've talked about this a million different times, but, yeah, it has a bigger community and on YouTube. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear what you're saying. Let us see here. What is this? What is this chat? What is this chat? Man, why does my chat, like, get so behind and shit? Like, what the hell? Your phone overheated and died out of nowhere? Hey, it's all good. We'll get you. We'll try to get you on the next one, brother. Vault Vex Spy, member for 8 months, says, need Nerd Vengers and Nerd Theory, Flex Fit Hats, Luke Soka, and take my motherfucking money. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Bender Recording. Welcome to the Nerd Ventures. You are a Nerd Venture now. Make your way around the tower. Check out the community tab to get access to other streams and the 20% code to get 20% off of your Teespring merch. Get that new merch. Get that Moon Knight merch. Yeah. All right, guys. I am going to hang for like 5 or 10 more minutes, then I got to get on out of here. Christian, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venture now. Wait, my time to shine hello just tweeted some shit? When is the next pod coming? Man, I'm hoping, like, that's another thing. Like, man, I'll talk more about this on the stream at 1, but let me just say, I love doing the podcast. I want to get the podcast back up. I would love to get back on TikTok and be doing TikTok content. But I must take care of some stuff. And the truth is, there's one or two ways this will go. And I'll talk more about this at 1. One way, I might get some help, and then we'll go in a certain direction. Or the other way is just like, look, man, I apologize. We're going to have to scale back until I get a little bit more settled. We'll talk about that more. But I have a lot of ideas with the podcasts. A lot of fun podcasts will be done in the future. So, yeah, we'll get there, bro. We will get there. Bobby says, a member for 5 months, says, Josh, I'm super hyped for Doctor Strange 2. I got my tickets for the whole fam. Just take my money, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. And I cannot wait as well. That's just going to be so dope. It's just going to be so dope. Warner Brothers emergency meeting, Ezra Bridger sus. So the thing about that is, and I will do a Bender, we appreciate you, man. My time to shine, hello, says Xavier looks dumb. What? Hang on now. Hang on now, everybody. Hang on now, everybody. Oh, no. Oh, no. She did say it. Oh, jeez. Okay, hang on. Wait, what are you so I saw the one yesterday. Yeah. Well, she's wilding a little bit. We're not going to touch on all that. But, hopefully they fix that up. I hope it doesn't look dumb. My time to shine hello looks dumb, says Bubba Fett. Amen. How can he look dumb? Well, I can think of a couple ways. Superfry 401 with a $10 holla, very generous, says, aside from who's going to announce the Star Wars stuff, what new stuff do you want to be announced? And can we please get 187th Legion in canon? Why did Clone Wars give Mace the 91st Recon Corps or whatever it was? I really don't know, brother. I couldn't speak to the exact reasons for changing that. I don't know. What stuff do I want announced? Feige Star Wars. Period. I want Feige Star Wars announced. I want that movie announced. I'd love clarity on Taika's movie. Yeah, so that would be the thing. Now, man, I mean, what do I really want? I want Dave to come out and be like, I'm running the show now, bitches. That's it. You know, like, just be like, I'm running this shit now. It's Filoni world now, bitch. You know? Like, hey, a little boy from Pittsburgh, grow up, and well, now it's mine. It's all mine. And then just have like an evil Sith smile. Let's go. But yeah, we'll see. Zoe the Goat says, man, what's up with your girl Grace? She's straight shitting on Moon Knight, and her reasoning makes no sense. I'm going to be completely honest with you about this, bro. And look, I don't know. But I kind of get I'm kind of getting the impression that Grace is having a rough week, or maybe she's just kind of just dealing with some stress and anxiety. And to be honest with you, I have been too. And I only say that because, like, I've noticed that I'm a little bit more combative on Twitter, that I'm a little bit more frustrated, that I'm saying stuff that's a little bit more whack, right? And I look at, like, how she's handling all of the stuff about the firings at Warner Brothers and all this stuff, and it feels like defensive and offensive. Her takes on Moon Knight seem weird. Her takes on Morbius seem weird. And I can't help but think that maybe she just needs to take a day, you know, or something. But yeah, like, shit's weird. And I hope she's all right. You know, I hope she's all right. But yeah, a lot of the stuff that she's saying makes no fucking sense. Jared N with a $5 hus says, if I'm a member, can I watch member-only streams on replay? Yes, you should be able to. Work open and close on Wednesday. So curious about that. Also, Den of Goats. Hey, thanks, Jared. Yeah, man, you should be able to watch them. Also, I'd love to do a Nerdvenger stream on a Saturday coming up. I don't know which weekend, but like a Saturday morning cartoon stream where we go through some dope nerdy cartoons, like maybe the OG Iron Man, the OG Silver Surfer, maybe some X-Men stuff, and just kind of do some stuff like that. You know what I mean? Christian says, I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once yesterday, and I doubt Multiverse of Madness is going to be as crazy as that. You got to watch it. Bro, I've heard so many good things about that shit. I really want to check that movie out. Again, it's just tough, bro. Like, there's a lot going on, right? Like, it's been a real struggle during the move, and also with, like, doctor's appointments and stuff to stay on top of everything. But, yeah, I really would like to see that movie. I'd love to see it, and I'd love to get Theory to see it and do a Movie Bros on it. You know what I mean? That'd be cool. That'd be real cool. She's shitting on this show, and I'm not sure why. Yeah, I don't really know why either. It's weird. Like, she said that she felt like the show dropped off significantly after episode 1. I think that's crazy, dude. Like, I loved episode 2. And I've had people tell me, like, bro, watch out for episode 3. Like, that shit's going to be crazy. So, yeah. Gargoyles, love that show. Love that show. Only female content creator I watch is Star Wars Meg. Never seen Grace except when Josh talks about her on her content. Yeah, I think she's pretty good. Like, I have a lot of respect for Grace, but yeah, some of her takes are crazy. But I'm sure you guys feel the same way about me, where you're like, bro, his takes are crazy. Like, why does he not like the Batman or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, y'all probably, it just is what it is, man. Like, I think the best strat for content creators is, like, take the content really seriously, but you can't take the reaction to the content very seriously. Like, you got to try to stay light. You got to try to keep it cool. You know what I mean? You got to kind of try to keep it moving. And by the way, to Grace's credit, I've seen her exemplify, like, incredible grace, for lack of a better word. Sometimes, like, I remember one time she was literally trending And people were trying to say, like, she's, like, sexist and racist and stuff. And her response was, like, it just felt like taking the high road to the max. So I have a lot of respect for her, but I currently think maybe she's just not, yeah, I don't know. It just seems like she's not in that vibe or whatever right now. So it's all good. So, yeah. Yeah, for sure, Trinity, for sure. I'm trying, bro. You know, I think we'll get there. I think for me, one of the most frustrating things, and I'll talk more about this at 1, is the inability to just get into the office and make content. Like, because I've been doing so much work in here that I have to constantly move stuff around. Like, this isn't even the table I want to be on. This isn't even my table. This is the wrong table. And then to have to move the lights around every single time, to have to remove around the microphone and everything like that. Like, fuck that. I want to just be able to get into this room and make content, you know? And removing the friction to do that is a very important thing. So, anyways. Keeping it hood. I mean, I don't know how well I'm doing. I mean, you know, yeah, we'll talk more about it at 1. But it is important to like one of my favorite Captain America lines is when it's actually in a Venom book. It's an Agent Venom book, and it's Flash Thompson Venom, and he says, it's like Captain America says, never let him see you shit your pants. And I think that's probably a good rule for sort of leadership or whatever. Is just, you know, try to keep that stuff private or whatever. Grace gets a lot of shit thrown her way. Oh, yeah. She really does. She really, really does. How to become a Nerdvenger? There is a button next to the subscribe button if you're on PC or Mac. If you're on your phone, I think you have to use the link. Hopefully there's a link in the description or somebody can put it up on here. Wait, Josh, you shit your pants? Yes, but I'll never let you see it. Always wear the brown pants. 100%? Yeah, dude, that Lemire run is fire. Hey, thanks, Logic Blaster. I appreciate that. No stream diaper? Nah. Moss, nice. You're shitting right now? No. But if I did, I'd be making a face like this, like. So if you ever see me, like, making a face like that, you just be like, yo, he's shitting himself right now. Like, maybe we'll do, like, a really long stream someday, like a 12-hour stream or some shit, and then randomly, like, it'll get real quiet, and I'll be like, and then I'm taking a poop. Vader's Lair. What's up, Sheev? Says, sending love, brother. Hope the fam is good. Been a minute, but sending love to you and all the Nerdvengers. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I hope you are doing well as well. And yeah, we're making it work, man. We're making it work. And as they say in The Big Lebowski, nothing is fucked here, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a good thing to keep in mind. Nothing is fucked here, dude. You know? Of course, we want to get better. We want to get it moving, but it is what it is. All right, everybody. Yo, much love to you all. We'll be back at it, and we should be better than ever next week. A lot of fun stuff to cover. Moon Knight Episode 3, which I think is going to be fire. Watch parties. We'll do the X-Men First Class watch party next Wednesday night. If you're a member, next Wednesday, 7 p.m. at night, we will watch X-Men First Class together, and come hell or high water, we will watch that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for all the love today. Thank you guys for all the support. I sure do appreciate you. And we're going to call it there. Look out, man. We got a video coming at you. We got a Morbius/Spider-Man video coming soon. We've got a Ezra/DCEU video coming soon. Lots of fun stuff, okay? And I will see you guys on Monday. I'll see some of you guys in about an hour. And then I'll see you in the videos and stuff as well, okay? So, as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, Don Todd, welcome back to the Nerdvenger. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Oh man, I got two things to say. Okay? There's this one thing, and y'all gonna hate me. Because it's one of those things that I can't really talk about, but I can say that. There's a bit of tea. There's a bit of tea out there that I know that unfortunately I can't say shit about. It has to do with Star Wars. And it's got me pretty fucked up, bro. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? But hopefully it'll come out. If it comes out on its own, I can talk about it, but I can't talk about it otherwise. Sucks. I know everybody hates it when I say shit like that, but it's true. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, shut your mouth. Number three. Bruh. How about my son being in the 97th percentile as far as size? This kid is so big already that we might need to think about a C-section eventually. Crazy. Yeah. So, as you can tell, there is some stuff going on. It's all good, but it's a lot. So, yeah. Anyway. Much love to you guys, man. Much love. Much love to you all. Appreciate you guys. Take care of yourselves, man. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you soon. Much love.